What's good, guys? Been a minute since I've been on YouTube. Haven't put any videos out in a while. I need to get back on it. It's just I haven't had the desire really to purchase any shoes I've seen lately. Um, there is some stuff I'm looking forward to though, pretty significantly in the coming future. I will say that honestly, the LeBron Corks. Those are tough to me. I have a pair of Cork 180s, and I love the way that they look. They go with most outfits, and the material is just sick to me. And it's actually the first pair of LeBron 10s that I really like. So I'm hearing a Christmas time release date for those, so I'm definitely hoping to pick those up. And then the Dolphin 5s I'm really feeling. And then next year, I've got the Jordan 13 He Got Games, the Reebok Question Georgetowns, and the Reebok Kamikazes. Those are my top 5 for the upcoming months. If I can get the Bred 4s and 11s, I'd be pretty happy. Though, I mean, those are both sick shoes. I wouldn't put them in that top 5 for me though, but I would love to get either pair. So yeah, I've just been kind of chilling. As you can see, I'm repping my Bears today. Hopefully they can pull it off against Houston. I'm excited for it, and it's Veterans Day. And actually, my job is holding a contest for the law clerks who can get the most likes and Twitter followers. So I'm going to post a link actually here probably, somewhere around here probably, and somewhere in the description to the Facebook page and the Twitter page. And if you guys could thumbs up the Facebook page and follow on Twitter, I may do a contest sometime in the future for it, and if you do that, I'll also post my Twitter, somewhere around here, and in the bottom. And if you follow me on Twitter, I'll follow you back, and I'll also follow you back on the Twitter page for the veterans. So it'd be a good way to show your support. I know my guys, J-Star25 and Nuke Machinist, both served in the military. My brother served in the is serving in the military, so it definitely is a pretty meaningful day to me. And let's just show our support for the troops. And if you happen to see them, not just today, but if you ever see anybody in uniform that you know is serving, just say thank you to them. But I'm gonna get into my video for today. Hopefully, I can do some more videos like this in the future. I'm going to rank my top 3 performance basketball shoes of all time. Now, unfortunately, I only have 2 of the 3 in person because my dad, I'm assuming, threw away my number 2 because it was kind of beat up and I had it sitting in our garage, and I know that he cleaned the garage when I live in Chicago, and I've been basically not home for the past 7 years because of law school and undergrad. So he cleaned the garage one day and just threw them out, I'm assuming. So my number 2, unfortunately, I won't have in person, but I'll show some pictures of it and show pictures of me wearing the shoe. All right, this is my number 3 best. And disclaimer, I don't know much about the tech on the shoes. I just know from a personal standpoint, I play basketball all the time, basically. In college, I played almost every day, and my intramural team, my junior year, made it to the championship game. We played a dude that was a Division III All-American, some of the guys on the football team, so it was some pretty serious competition. But yeah, so I've played a lot of basketball. Like, I still try and play once or twice a week, but it's harder now because I don't have as much time. But I do know from experience what my personal favorite shoes are, and what I think the best basketball shoes in existence are. And I'm probably going to do a worst three following this sometime in the next week or two. But this is my number 3 best performance basketball shoe. Say what you will about it. It is on the ugly side, but I think it's underrated. And I think if it wasn't for this right here, it's actually a pretty decent looking shoe. So the thing about this shoe that makes it my number 3, in my opinion, is number one. The shoe is basically built like a tank. The material, it's got this real nice leather material. Looks like real leather, actually. It's super thick, just really, really nice. And then it's got this super thick woven material right here. And it's one of those shoes, it's kind of hard to get your foot into it. But once you do, this thing has your foot on lock. But the number one thing I love about it is the grip. The grip on the bottom of this shoe is just out of this world. It is, from my recollection, the best grip on any basketball shoe I've ever owned. The downsides to this shoe are that when you pivot on it, not pivot, but like when you push off, it's got really sharp and flat edges on the bottom, so it is kind of hard to push off on. It's not as good as some low tops or some shoes with softer material on the bottom. But in terms of grip and in terms of strength, this is my number 3. It's really, really underrated and good basketball shoe. Now, my number 2, unfortunately, I don't have an in person, like I said. But my number 2 would be the Kobe 3s. And it's basically, it looks like a net. And those shoes also had very good grip on them. But I think what makes those stand out above, like the 15s I just showed, is that it's got rounded bottoms. The edges on the bottom are round, and it's a softer material, so it's much easier to push off on. And that shoe is just phenomenal to me. It's also a very light material. It's one of the lightest shoes that I've ever owned. The only downside with it, in my opinion, is the breathability and kind of durability. I don't recall them lasting and maintaining their quality for a really, really long time. And I had the white ones, so they got dirty rather quickly as well. But that shoe, great shoe, my number 2. And that brings me to my number 1 basketball shoe of all time, and that is the Jordan 11 Low. Now, and this is the retro too, which I have so many reasons why this is my number 1 all-time basketball shoe. Number 1, starting with the grip. I don't think that it has as good of grip as the 15s, but it's number 2 on my all-time list, and it does have very, very good grip. Number 2, it's got the carbon fiber on the bottom, really, really firm bottom, and it's also got the rounded edges so that it's easy to push off on. But it's a low top. I love low tops, and as opposed to the Kobe's and the Durant 4s, Durant 3s, etc., which I've worn and hooped in, this part right here, the lip of the shoe, is hard. It's like a hard material. So in my opinion, it kind of cuts into your ankle, and it's like the same issue I have with the the Hyperfuses from a few years ago. It's very like a plasticky feeling material, and I just don't like that at all. These are leather, and then right here it's padded. The ankle is padded, so it's a very, very good low top. And I don't know if it's just the way my foot and ankle are, but where the perimeter of this is fits perfectly on my foot. And then it's also a very light shoe because it's a low top, and it's perforated. So you see here, all along the edges, it's basically like a mesh material where there's a ton of breathability, and it just makes the shoe much lighter. Now, I've had these since, let's see here. I've had these, I want to say, a year and a half. These came out a few summers ago, and look, they still basically, I don't want to say they look brand new, but they're in great quality, in great shape. And I think the material on these is good. I think it's more of a pleather type material, unlike the 15s, but they have held up extremely well for as much as I've worn them to this point. So that's my number one. Sorry I don't know much about the tech on any of these. I haven't really done much research into it. I just go off of basically how it feels when I play in them, and these are my number one. So, sorry this is my first video in several weeks, but I should be coming out with more videos like this, and hopefully if I get some of these pickups in the next few weeks, I'll have some pickup videos too. So again, if you can like or follow in the bottom, that would be a huge help. Obviously you don't have to, but it would be great support for Veterans Day. And I just want to thank everybody for staying with me, following, liking, subscribing. Sorry I've been on a hiatus, but I will definitely be more involved here, and stay tuned. Peace.